Hi guys, welcome to the Tutor's Tutor, and today we're talking about becoming an independent online English teacher. Now we know the big scare that happened around China shutting down all teaching platforms in China, and if you don't know about it, I'll make a video and I'll share that video with you guys so that you have more info to it. So let's talk about becoming an independent online teacher. There's a few questions that you want to ask yourself so that you can actually see if this is something that you want to do and something that you'd like to navigate into. What I do like about this is that you are in control of everything. You are in control of whether you get a pay raise or not. You're in control of how many classes you teach a day. You're in control of who you get to teach and when you get to teach them, and also what you get to teach. So the questions that we're going to be tackling are: is this right for me? The platforms to use. Who are you actually going to be teaching? How much do you charge? And what curriculum are you going to be teaching? So let's begin with the first question. Is this right for you? I think the only thing that is really limiting in this regard is your mindset. You have to ask yourself, is this something that you can see yourself doing? Are you strong enough to do it? Are you able to really put yourself on the line there, advertising yourself to parents? Do you have tough skin? Because parents are going to ask you some difficult questions. They're going to tell you that your rate is too high. They're going to say a lot to you. So are you prepared for all of this? It's between you and your mindset with taking the first step to becoming an online teacher. Are you willing to actually take time to build your business? Because it's not going to be something that's just you're going to begin today and then tomorrow it's poof, all out there. You are going to have to set time aside every single day to put work into your business. And what you do in the beginning is really going to work for you at the end of the day. Do you have good time management? Are you able to schedule yourself and work around your own time? Are you prepared to do that? Or are you somebody who leans more towards having a company manage your time for you, where they tell you that these are your set hours and this is the time that you have to work? When you're starting this journey, there are going to be a lot of roadblocks there. You're going to be learning. It's a development process as well. You're going to find and figure things out about yourself, things that you possibly didn't know before, but is it worth it or not? Are you willing to put yourself through this or not? Or are you, more comfortable still teaching on a platform that has scheduled classes for you and somebody managing that for you? Platforms to use. So there's a lot of different platforms that you can use, but if you're going to be teaching people in China, you have to know that there are a limited amount of platforms to use when it comes to the Chinese parents or student. So one of the few that you can use is Zoom. However, when you do use Zoom, do not ask the parent to download Zoom. Do not ask the parent to create a Zoom profile. All you have to do is create a link, send the link to the parent on the platform that you communicate with the parent with, and all they have to do is click on the link, log in at the time of the scheduled class, and that is it. Don't make it difficult for the parent. They don't want that at all. The next platform that you can use is Voov. This one is a paid platform. You can also do some more research on whether you're comfortable paying for a platform or if you'd like to use a free platform. Just remember that with Zoom, it's limited to 40 minutes per class. My personal favorite is Classin, not only because it is such a robust platform, but you can create EDB files for your teaching. You can really make your classroom come alive. And Classin was designed for teaching, whereas Zoom was more like a conferencing kind of platform. What's nice about Zoom is that you can share your screen, but my personal favorite still remains Classin. Who are you actually going to be teaching? Now, I definitely advise that you don't teach everybody. Just because they are a potential student, you don't necessarily have to take them when you are an independent teacher. You have to make sure that who you're teaching, you're comfortable teaching that person, because you're going to be showing up all the time to teach that student. You want to have a good teacher-student relationship with that person. So when you're trying to figure out who are you going to be teaching. Ask yourself where you made the most impact if you come from a platform already. You know, did you teach little kids, or did you teach adults, or did you teach teens? And where were you most comfortable? Are you good with free talk? Do you prefer teaching the little ones because you get to be creative and interactive with the student? Or do you prefer to teach adults where, you know, you can have the communication with them and you can venture into business talk as well? Ask yourself, who is your ideal student, you know, and answer it as well, so that you can figure out who you're actually trying to approach and who you're marketing to, so that you don't just take anybody onto your private platform. How much do you charge? So when it comes to how much you charge, there's also sub questions in that question. So the first one is, what is the payment gateway? It also depends on who you're teaching. If you're teaching parents or children in China, then you're going to want to use Stripe. I know that in South Africa it's difficult to navigate through that, but you can go onto their website to see if your country is eligible for using Stripe. There are other people that help with Stripe setting up. You have to then set up a website so that you can actually get your payment through to that. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up a free website where you don't have to pay for the hosting fee, but if you want your domain, then you have to buy that one. Once you've sorted out your payment gateway, if you are teaching people in China, be sure to have WeChat so that you can activate the WeChat Pay, and then it links to your Stripe as well. The next one is, are you going to be creating packages for your parents so that, you know, they buy one package and it's not like one-on-one classes where you're not sure if you're going to get the student or not. What curriculum should you teach? Now, it really depends on you. Are you the type of teacher that wants to, you know, just get into the classroom and teach that lesson where the curriculum is already created for you? Or do you want to use your creativity and actually put a lesson together so that you can show your student what you're capable of doing? It's really up to you. In my next video, I'll also be talking about different curriculums that you can use, which just plug and play. Some of them do require that you do pay for them, others are free, and you can also use textbooks that are well known to the parents already. I would definitely tell you to go for packages so that the student knows what they're getting from you, and you know how many lessons you need to teach that student, and you also know how much you are getting. Payment methods when it comes to actually billing your parent. Are you going to work before billing them, or are you going to bill them before working? That is between you and the parent and your agreement that you have with the parent. Or are you going to make the parent pay one total fee, or are you going to break your payment methods up for the parent so that it's manageable for them and affordable for them too? If you are a teacher going into the independent world, I want to just tell you that make sure that whatever curriculum it is that you follow, whether it's yours or something that you buy, that there is continuation so that the parents, or if you are teaching adults, they can actually see that there is, you know, some direction that you're actually leading towards, and you know what you're doing. You don't want to come across as today you're teaching apples and then tomorrow you're teaching math and then, you know, you're all over the place. You want to have a curriculum so that you can show them that you are professional and you do know what you're actually doing. How to actually tie all of this together. So once you've got your questions answered, like, is this right for you, the platform that you're going to be using, who is your ideal student, how much you're going to be charging, and what curriculum you're going to be teaching. Now, how do you tie all of this together? So firstly, you have to ask yourself, are you going to make your student book a trial class with you? And if you do have a trial class, is your class going to be free or paid for? That is up to you. A lot of teachers do give free trial classes, and some of them just take that entire option out of their teaching platform. The next one is your scheduling system. You can use Calendly for scheduling, or you can have a one-on-one conversation with the parent or the adult that you're teaching, depending on how you really want to navigate this. You know, some people like a more structured way of doing things where you actually have to book the service with you, or you can just talk about your schedule, when is the person available, when you're available, and you can set up a link for that. The next one is your call to action. I would definitely recommend that you have a call to action on a pamphlet. You know, the platform that you're going to be advertising yourself on, make sure that you put all your details down in the pamphlet. You can use CANVA to create this. It's really, really nice. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like me to show you how to create a pamphlet so you can actually put everything together for yourself. So have a call to action. Let the parents know what you require of them to do. You know, step 1 to the last step and how it's going to go through. You don't want any confusion. You don't want back and forth where you as the teacher, you come across as you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what step to follow. It actually just leads to confusion for the student. And it's just a mess. You don't want that at all. Are you going to assess the child so that you know what you need to teach the child and where you actually need to pick up from? And also in your agreement and policy, have things like your cancellation in there. Have things like, recurring classes. So if you miss a class, what are you going to do to fulfill that class? Is the parent going to pay a penalty fee or not? It really is up to you when you go independent. You do not have to copy the entire, framework of what the schools that you were teaching on has. This is really nice because you and the parent can actually build a relationship. You can talk with each other. So long as it works for you and the parent, then I think you can definitely give it a try. But also what I really like about independent teaching is that you get to set your schedule, you get to set your pricing, you get to say who you want to teach, when you want to teach them, what you want to teach them, and how you foresee the future for that student and you. It's also nice because you do develop independency and you get to learn a lot about yourself in the industry when you do become independent, because you don't have anybody to rely on at the end of the day but yourself. And are you an action taker? That is one of the last questions I want to leave you with. So after doing everything that is on this list that I've given to you now, are you going to take action? Are you willing to put yourself out there and actually advertise yourself? Are you willing to take no's and yeses? Are you willing to get asked, burning questions from parents that you're uncomfortable with? And are you willing to actually leverage off this and put the price that you think you deserve as a teacher? I mean, remember, you're taking time out of your day to actually plan your lessons. You are putting all that you can into the classrooms. Please don't go into the class half-heartedly and just think that you're going to slap a class together and just give it to the student like that. No, you want to give your best. You want to give 100% of yourself when you go into every single class that you teach as an independent teacher and a teacher on any platform if you are watching this. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. The next videos to come up are about curriculum and how to set up a website for free on Canva, and I will show you how to do that. So thank you. Please leave a comment to let me know which question is difficult for you here. Is it the payment one, which most people don't really feel comfortable with, or is this really for you? Do like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel so that you can see all upcoming videos that I have waiting for you guys. Thank you so much and goodbye.